Now on Talking Solutions, Olive Crest, welcoming into our studio, Myesha Wilson. You are Executive Director.
Yes.
I've been looking to talk to you for the longest time, and our schedules just didn't match up, but here we are.
I'm excited to be here and so happy that we made it work.
Also with us today from Breakaway Cycling, Travis Bell and Joanna Piette.
Thank you for having us.
Myesha, since Olive Crest has not been on the show before, can you let everybody know exactly what you do?
Absolutely. Olive Crest has been in Las Vegas for over 20 years. We focus on educating children and young people that have been abused or neglected. And then our really big mission is to prevent child abuse. The other big thing is we focus on preserving the family, providing them with extended family members through mentorship, attaching them to businesses, coming to our office for different resources. So we serve in Las Vegas over 3,000 children and families a year. That's pretty phenomenal, and not a lot of people know that. So I'm just really here to share the word about all of the services that we offer.
I love shining a light on all the groups here in town that help, especially families. In many cases, when I talk with groups like Family Promise, for instance, they say their main client is a child, and that child hopefully is attached to a family.
Correct.
And the reason why there's more children is because a lot of these families have more than one child able to be serviced through that charity.
Right. Family is so important. We're actually a family organization. The other thing is we've been in Las Vegas for 20 years, but Olive Crest has been around for over 40 years. Our founders, Donald and Lois, they actually still live in California, and their son, Donald, is our CEO. We are in California, Las Vegas, and also in Washington. We're a part of a bigger family. And so when you have that family dynamic from our founders, our office, you can tell people actually like each other that work together. We have happy staff. That shines through when we work with our clients. Because like I said, when you feel like you're connected to something bigger than just yourself, you are more successful, a lot more successful in that situation. At our office, we have a family resource center where sometimes you'll see people that are young, you'll see older folks. We help them with their social security cards. We have emergency food services because there's a lot of barriers that can prevent a person to success or to having another issue in their life. So child abuse prevention, what a lot of people don't know is things like hygiene products, access to services can really help prevent child abuse, because a lot of times child abuse happens when there's a financial struggle or some other barrier that's happening in the person's life.
They're having a hard time elsewhere.
Yes.
And they end up, unfortunately, taking out those problems on the children.
Yes.
Myesha, does Nevada rank high in states with such issues?
Absolutely. We have a really big problem. There's over 3,500 children in foster care currently in Clark County, and they're in need of foster homes. We have, I think, only about 200 foster homes here in the community. So there is a need for people to open up their homes for these children to temporarily help them while their parents can get back on track. That's where Olive Crest comes in. We also have a foster care program. We actually have foster homes that can temporarily take the children. We have a program that works with the aged out foster kids. So once they're 18 years old and they're no longer in foster care and they don't have that extended family, we offer services for those youth. And then we also, like I said, offer up the Family Resource Center for the current families that are trying and struggling to stay together, help them with those little things that they may need to continue to have their children.
You were talking, Myesha, about the kids who age out of the foster care program. And my heart always goes out to them, because it's not like you turn 18 and suddenly everything's good. And those are a lot of the kids who also end up being served by other groups here in town. Fortunately, we have a lot of people working to help achieve good outcomes in situations like this, like my recent conversation with the Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth.
Yes, they're awesome.
With Olive Crest, where do you get the families, the kids? How are they directed toward you?
On the homeless side, like Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth and the other agencies that serve the young homeless population, we collaborate with those other agencies because there may be services that that organization offers that we don't. So we refer over to them. It's about partnership in our community. We all get referrals, and if we have availability, then we'll take them. And if we don't, we refer them to our partners. So it is really important for us to have those good relationships with the other organizations, because at the end of the day, it's all about serving our Las Vegas community. We want our kids to be healthy and to be successful. And like you said, the older population for homeless young people, it's pretty outstanding. And, you know, with all the sports teams coming on our side in this world, we see that there's going to be more children in need of help, unfortunately, because there may be people that come here in town to party and have a great time, and then they're leaving their kids in hotel rooms or not good situations. So we're trying to prep on that prevention side to make sure that these kids don't experience the bad side of our growing city.
Always trying to look out for those who don't have a voice for themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm a big animal advocate, children, seniors that really can't help themselves. And for us, by, like you said, Myesha, working with all of the different organizations that are out there trying to make a difference in our community to kind of form the best safety net that we can offer.
Yes. I have a really quick story. We have an event coming up, and I have some of my young people coming to speak at that event. So last week I went to their apartment complex because we have 12 units that are dedicated to housing them. And I said, I really want you guys to be able to tell your story. And so they were a little nervous about it, but then they didn't want people to know their bad story. They only want them to know their good story. And I said, but it's good for people to know your whole story because there is a beginning, middle, and an end. And you're at that middle point on the uptick. At the end of it, I was just so proud of my young men. And I said, I'm going to take you guys out to dinner. And do you know where they said they wanted to go? Denny's. One of the boys says, I've never been to Denny's. It just broke my heart because we take things like that for granted. That's where they wanted to go for their celebration dinner was Denny's. Now, Denny's is amazing. Don't get me wrong. We love pancakes and all of that. But it's the little things that can help and change a life. It's just so important to remember those kinds of things.
We do end up taking a lot of things for granted, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people in our midst who don't have anything. So it's good to know that Olive Crest is there. As far as finding out more information about your services,
olivecrest.org/NV, because like I said, we are in other states. So you want to remember Nevada. That's our website. And we also have a Facebook page so you can find what we're doing locally here. We have a lot of fun events going on. We're taking snapshots of all that so people can get involved. The other thing is, like I talked about, the extended family is so important. We are really looking for mentors for our young people, mentors that can help family members. Mentors are very, very important to us because they can help extend the family. As a nonprofit, we only have so much budget for so many employees. So that help from the community is very, very important. Whether it's dropping off a bottle of shampoo, that helps. Whether it's a monetary gift, that helps also. All of it helps in keeping that family system with Olive Crest.
Myesha, you were talking about fun events that you've gotten involved with. Also in the studio, Travis Ball and Joanna Piette are with us from Breakaway Cycling. You guys had something to do with an event recently.
We did. I was familiar with Olive Crest and all the wonderful things they do for our community. And we were fortunate enough to be able to be introduced to Myesha and her wonderful staff and came together to see how we could support some of the children Olive Crest supports through our nonprofit and charitable work.
Breakaway Cycling, a 501c3 charity.
That's correct.
Right.
Was it a bike rodeo?
Yes, that's exactly what we did for Olive Crest. In participation with other organizations that Myesha is involved with, we had approximately 35 children that participated. They all came to the bike rodeo under the guise that they were just going to have some fun and potentially win a bicycle. But on the backside, we had all conspired that every one of the children was going to win a bike that day. They just didn't know it. So they all showed up and we had a grand day. We had so much fun. The kids participated in 5 different stations, shall we call it. And at the end of the day, we planted a little drawing card that said, everyone wins a bike. That was really the ideal moment.
It's like Oprah. You get a bike.
Everybody gets a bike.
You get a bike.
Exactly.
Y'all get a bike.
In some of the courses, how they work, there's really safety and educational courses. So we're teaching these children how to ride their bicycles to and from school safely. So that's a huge part of what we do, education around safety with the kids and riding their bicycles. The courses that we set up are really designed around ensuring the children that are receiving these new bikes, helmets, locks, and water bottles understand bicycle safety, whether it's maintenance, ensuring that they inflate their tires regularly, inspecting their brakes, making sure the bicycle fits them properly. We place the helmets, teach them how to adjust the straps. I think we've all seen them, kids riding down the street and the helmet's way on the back of the head and they got their full forehead exposed, teaching them to ensure that they're riding safely and smartly to and from school.
So all these kids not only got the bicycles, they also got the helmets. The bike lock, I think, comes in really handy.
Bike locks are very important. A lot of these children may not have the means to afford a bicycle. A lot of times we get to these rodeos and we have a large number of children who've never rode a bicycle, which kind of breaks my heart because I grew up riding bikes to and from
We took it for
school
granted.
to friend's house. It was my means of transportation, and I learned a lot of great life lessons of pride of ownership, how to take care of something, being responsible for it. And And it's sad to see that some of these children come in age 13, 17, never have operated a bike or owned a bike before, and teaching them how to ride that bicycle. And for the most part, by the end of the day, we'll have every single kid off their training wheels, learning how to ride that bike, zipping around our courses and learning how to work on their balance and their riding skill sets. And I think that's fundamental first before you can have confidence to be able to ride your bike over to a friend's house or to and from school, and ensuring that you're safely transporting back and forth.
So it's more than just giving away a bike, which in itself is wonderful, but it's also about instructing kids on skills that they need in order to be able to use that bike, which is a big life changer for them at this point in time, but be able to use it safely and effectively.
Absolutely. A lot of times we partner with the Clark County School District in what we call Safe Routes to School, which is another organization here in town. We work with the children into school. We talk to the principals, find out what type of behaviors they're trying to encourage within that particular school, whether it be perfect attendance records. A lot of these children in certain school districts have a little bit more challenges than others on how they can get to school. Sometimes they're not always in the same location every night. They may be 5 miles from school one day, and maybe the next day where they're staying that night may be 30 minutes. And providing them a bicycle greatly increases that span that they can cover and helps them get to school on time and be excited to come to school. And of course, it comes with the health benefits of using human power for transportation to and from school. And we try to support that and encourage the behaviors that the schools are looking to encourage. We've done lots of wonderful programs.
We have probably 30 sponsors and supporters that give us money, time, attention. They are the reason why we're able to do this. To mention a few, Station Casinos, Credit One Bank, Large Properties, Oronos Erickson Law Firm. Without these people, we could not make this work.
We're happy to shine a light on any company or organization that comes out in our community and helps. That's a big deal. Myesha, one of the things we do as part of Talking Solutions, we always ask, what can we do to help you?
Just as I said earlier, spread the word. Please talk about Olive Crest, all the things that we do and how we help the community, because our wish is if someone came to our door and we couldn't help them, that we could connect them to someone else that can, so that they do have that umbrella, that if they walk through our doors, they know that they're going to be helped in some way. So please spread the word and let everyone know about Olive Crest and what we're doing here. We love volunteers, mentors, and then also as a nonprofit, our budget is limited. And so for us to help as many people as possible, donations are always welcome to help support our organization. That's also found on our website. There's a Donate Now button.
Help where you can. Travis, Joanna, I ask you the same question. What can we do to help you?
Just getting our name out there, because we are fairly new, only being 2 years old, so we're not that household name yet. We're still working on introducing ourselves to a lot of the different families and individuals within the community. I think this is a great help right here. But also, we're always looking for new team members to join our army of volunteers. And when you can combine a passion of yours, like cycling or mountain biking, with giving back to your community, it brings nothing but joy and happiness to your life.
Right.
We're always looking for new team members. You can go to our website, breakawaycycling.org, to sign up and submit an application. We're also always looking for donations and sponsorships from local businesses that we can help promote their brand. They're always on our cycling kits, on our jerseys, on our bikes, our helmets, social media. We love to give back to those businesses that are supporting our community.
To learn more about Breakaway Cycling and or to donate, you can find us at breakawaycycling.org.
And once again, all those links will be available on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. Myesha, Travis, Joanna, thank you so much for joining us today for Talking Solutions.
Thank you so much for having us today.
We appreciate you.
Talking Solutions is a production of the Community Relations Department here at Beasley Media Group Las Vegas. Get more information on today's topic on our Talking Solutions page on Facebook, where you will also find links and a podcast of today's show. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.